つも君と待ち続けた季節は何も言わず通り過ぎた雨はこの街に降り注ぐ少しのリグレットと罪を包み込んで
Love you too. We already run into what? One of the monsters there? Two of them, I think? Right? We ran into the fire one, but I'm not for sure what else we ran into. I'm gonna have to go back through and replay this whole game just to remember some of the shit, because I can't even remember half of it. Today is also the day that Battlefield 2042 comes out, so you know I gotta get that.
Be on your guard.
I will be getting that, and I will be streaming that stuff probably. Okay, so last episode it wanted me to check out all the stuff, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renus Alma materializes. Due to successful regeneration of the Renus Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. Okay. Well, we went through Master Cores, let's look at Spirit Cores. Nothing too much out of that. So gonna make, it said some of the stuff came on, does this stuff count? Or is it just like these terminals, the two terminals behind it? Long report is second successful case of sovereign test experimentation. Volron, although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. Okay, so whenever he was doing this, he didn't like to be ordered around. Kinda makes sense, because the man's a psychopath. As such, risks of surpass self-failure and therefore under consideration for disposal. So they wanted to get rid of him. That's big. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. So he had to, him becoming a sovereign had to have been recent, right? Like them saying this, because like when Alfin did his, that was like 300 years ago, right? It was 300 years ago. So he was a sovereign made from the Danans or whatever. My thing is who are the sovereigns after him? Because there had to be at least 2 more sovereigns after him, and Volron wasn't. He just now became probably one of those. Not now, after they were doing the whole Lord thing, the whole getting all the Master Cores to get the energy, the astral energy, whatever. Who were the 2 after Alfin? There had to be at least 2, because even if it's 300 years, if this is all based off a human lifespan, the average is 80 years old, right? So there had to be at least 2 others to be sovereigns after Alfin became a sovereign. So I'm curious to see who those 2 were, and if they'll even play a role or not. But it was saying that Volron wasn't following orders very well and wanted to dispose of him, so they sent him down to Dana in the guise of a lord. Vying to serve as the next sovereign, they are granted level 3 authority, as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer and its corresponding Master Core. Signed an ID crest indicating their designated element. So they don't even have this stuff. It's embedded into them before they are sent down. That's weird. The selection process is based only on astral artistry. Man, I cannot talk today. Artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. So they could be kids, as long as they have great physical, mental, and artistry aptitudes. They could be old. You could be in your prime. That's kind of weird. Because, like, I mean, all the other ones that we've seen so far have been strong in their prime. None of them were old, you know. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever, yeah. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. So you have to go in there being strong to be a lord. You can't just go in there and, you know, not be top ranked. You have to be top ranked already. Makes sense. It should be noted, however, that the lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out the Master Core's power. So, lords, okay, yeah, with Xion can draw out the Fire Master Core's power, and she wasn't a lord. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. So those who are suitable can't decline. They have to go through with it. And either it's survival of the fittest where they kill the others, I'm assuming, like Dohalim had to do with his friend, where I'm assuming, you know, because he even said that in their fight he would have been no match for him in a hand-to-hand fight, or, you know, equal level playing field. It is not. So, what do they do if they decline and they don't want to do it? Are they just, like, killed? Or are they forced into it? So they can replace a lord pretty quickly. So wait, my thing is like, you know, they beat all the lords down there. You know, what was his name? Balsif was the first one. I can't remember the second one's name. Almadria, Volron, and then Dohalim, but Dohalim never died, and he's still kind of technically the acting lord for that district, but they have, I mean, all, the revolutionaries are all taking over those places, so there's no need for a lord to be over the place, right? But Dohalim was never beaten, or, well, he was beaten, but he never died. So it says incapacitated. That's what happened with Volron. Volron killed the other lord, and that's how he became the Water Lord. But he was also the sovereign, or a special made sovereign like Alphen. But I'm still thinking Volron is made the sovereign, or had this experimental sovereign shit happen to him pretty recently. I don't think it was too long ago. I want to say, he probably looks like he's in his 30s, 40s maybe. Still in his prime, right? I want to say he probably got those powers like 20 years ago. Some in his 20s, somewhere around there, I want to say. Okay. Oh, I actually have to jump over those. That's stupid. Sedative mask and brainwashing report. Ooh. Let's see this one. Pacifying prisoners. Okay. Okay, that one wasn't too... The other two gave way more shit than this one is right now. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, which was Volron, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique, blah blah blah, while relating both Renan's Danan's like to slave men, serve as the realm's current lord, Volron, without using any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it has been done so by sheer governance. I don't know if that was like completely out of governance. What did he have to do to get him to do that? Because you have to do something out of governance to do it. Like, you got to be a good talker. You got to be like good at what you got to have a snake tongue. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will be continued. Collapse of convent facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear that's been proved. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become decided to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize their own personals. Yeah, so it was out of fear. That's exactly what I thought. Okay. Okay. Detachable harvester. Okay, we'll get to that one. Lennigas, a large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts and transmit to Rena. Conversation is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Renis Alma within the central core Lennigas. So you need a Sovereign, you need the Maiden, and you need the Renis Alma to convert the astral energy to send it to Rena? Wait, what? So they sent down two. One was destroyed by the Sovereign? So, wait, the landing point will remain the same as the previous model. So, the Sovereign destroyed the first one. Which Sovereign? Was it Alphen? Was it Volron? Was it one of the other two Sovereigns, I'm assuming, before that? And two, it exploded, so this one just landed where it was supposed to land. Okay. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection. So when this thing exploded, when it hit the ground, this thing moved shit whenever it exploded. That's insane. That thing had to have been coming down hard. Oh no, I don't want to. Okay. So what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? Am I just gonna keep going on with something I need to do down here? Oh yeah, there's an examine. Here's an examine. Wait, those ones back there didn't let me examine anything, right? Yeah. They did not. So, okay. Let's go read these ones real quick and then we'll move on, because I'm pretty sure we gotta go to these two places and then in there. It's showing this room's equipment has been used in a long time. Okay. Does this one say something? Yes, it does. A notice. This area will be shut down as project proceeds to its final phase. Final phase? When it gets structures, you can see pipes for transporting astral energy sticking out of them. Okay, well, we read everything out of this. I mean, they already read this stuff on here, right? I don't need to go through this. Yeah, the Sovereign, the Maiden. Well, let's just, I'll go through it kind of slowly. Y'all can pause if you want to watch or read this stuff. So you know it's weird to me, right? Oops. So you had the chick that looks like Shio now. I can't remember her name. It was like Imaris, right? Her last name's Imaris. I can't remember the first name. Naomi or Naori. She was the maiden 300 years ago with Alphen. Shion is the spit take image of Naori, but she's the maiden now. And Volron was technically made a Sovereign closer to now through this medical experience stuff. So I wonder if that's why. I'm trying to figure out what that has to do with it. We gotta go this way. Okay, so this is just the same stuff that's in the other room back there. Oh, this one's actually... Okay. Oh, this is the memory one. This is the one that Alphen was fucking... Yeah, this is the room. Okay, so when Alphen is having his flashback, this is the room where he's talking to that one lady in. Dope. Oh, we can't carry that. Sad. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, because we weren't allowed to go that way. Oh, here we go. More memories.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill.
I'm hearing explosions
sorry for what you've
outside, so
endured.
something's going on.
Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But...
We don't have much of a choice. Something's going on.
Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
It's 10% risk you're gonna have to take. And that she did. She took that 10% risk and he came out right.
Promise to you, Elfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Elfin. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Elfin escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Very nice, very nice. Where is this gonna take us? Are we gonna see the Red Woman again? Are we gonna see fucking the ghost itself? Whoa. Is that a cactus? That's pretty cool. They just have random plants in here. Is that an open area? I'm kind of scared to walk in here. Okay, so we have that way. This way has a chest. I hate red runes most of the time because it's always a trap. There's always something going on. Heavy treat. That's pretty good. We'll go back and check this way. I don't think there's anything in this room, but we'll see. Okay, so before I left off, I'm pretty sure I said, yeah, my recovery is low. Kisara is actually low. When did... I thought I healed everybody. We'll go ahead and heal Kisara. Oh my god, I'm almost out of apple gels. I'm gonna need to, restock on those. I didn't realize I was running low on them a little bit. I'm assuming this is where... It's glowing. So this place looks like
We've
the
seen
wedge.
This in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
It's where the Renaissalma, where Naori, where Alphen was 300
After
years ago.
300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony.
Uh-huh.
This is where the Renaissalma was.
Why is the decor so different? What is, like, all
So
of that?
this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renaissalma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
No.
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Okay.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renaissalma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Uh-huh.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renaissalma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
And then what, destroy the Renis Alma?
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well.
Oof. That's a big choice to make, too.
Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat, too.
And she could never kill herself
I only
either.
Wish
she can't die.
there was something more I could have done.
So, stopping it from getting to their descendants. So, stopping it from their descendants, she couldn't do because she couldn't kill herself. Because that's what Shion said. Shion said she can't die with those storms happening.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
I don't know, but you need to find the Renis Alma, I guess, and maybe that'll... What the fuck? Ooh! Look at that new drip. He's got armor on.
What?
Yeah, that looks
These
clean,
are the
though.
clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
That's clean
So
as
you're
shit.
saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance
New
them.
sword, too. He got a
And
new
they
sword.
appeared now because...
Did she get a gun? Did she get a new
Naori
gun?
must have
That'd be
led
pretty
them
cool.
here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign.
Now you just need the Renis Alma.
Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're
Yeah,
right.
you got
It's
the
barest
red
sliver
one.
of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
Yes, sir.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah.
Well, searching
we can
Lenegis
protect the
will be a
world
little...
and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
I'm just waiting for that kiss. I'm just waiting for the kiss to happen. They've been hugging and all this stuff. I am just waiting on that kiss. She don't want to kiss him, and I know why. It's because of the thorns, but like, I'm still waiting on that. I'm still waiting on this.
So Naori sealed away a power that made me lose
Picked up my controller
myself.
too soon.
She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Yeah, we're still working on Alphens. Bless me. Whew. The funny thing is all these I still need to unlock for them. And then there's this guy who's still full and has like 3,000. I wish I could swap SP. Like, could I just give all the rest that I have to Alphens so I could finish all this? Damn, he looks drippy. I don't like the red cape on the back, especially because it's like, it looks like it's attached to the back and then it comes out as a skirt cape type thing. I don't like that. I would rather it just be a full, like, cape if it was going to do that. But otherwise, it's a slick looking outfit. I like it. Even the the card art change. That's so cool. I'm assuming that's gonna be the... Yeah, okay. The Syncleave blade is the one that we have. It just said we got the other one, didn't it? Yeah, there it is. Let's go ahead and put it on. She looks dope. That's a weird looking gun. Kind of like the black one still. The black one still goes with their outfit. They didn't get anything new, I'm assuming, so... That looks actually really fucking cool. I'm not... Yeah, that's gonna be her new thing. Remember, no Russian. I dig that though. That's pretty cool. I do dig the did she get a new book at all? Owl Wisdom. Oh hell yeah. We got the whole owl outfit. Anything new here? Wait, what do I have? This one? This one's the samurai knot. They look exactly the same! Except the fucking... The other one's like higher up. Pre-guard getup. I like her armor. It's... Old guard shield. That looks pretty cool, actually. That kind of goes with the armor a little bit more than this one does. I like that. Oh, I forgot about Dolim. Shit. My bad. Why did his look so stupid? His regular hair just looks fantastic. Does he get anything out of this? Nothing. That still gets me that he wears a Speedo. Nothing else, huh? Okay. And then, is my equipment that stuff as well? Yes, it is. Okay. Cool.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Cool. Okay, where do we need to go? That way, apparently. I'll jump off here. Ouch. Okay, let's see. Ugh. Ooh, look at the team dripping up. I'd love that fucking outfit for Bouncy Ball.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman
She looks
inside,
so
right?
good in that outfit. I'm not gonna lie. That is like the perfect outfit.
After everything we've been through to get here,
So
they
good.
damn well better be.
We'll
Did her
probably
armor
be needing
change?
you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Did her armor change? I thought I had it black. Why is it white? Yeah, her armor changed back. Why the fuck is it white now?
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Or is it just the shading, maybe? Hold on. Yeah, her armor is white in the thing. Oh, it's black. Was her hair down too? I couldn't tell.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the Wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case,
that was a good
I'll
one.
let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Roasted. Yeah, looks like we're getting to a boss fight. That's a different marking up there. There's a lot of darkness.
He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
All once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign. The
What has happened to him? He's lost himself. Reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Is it the red one?
The Maiden's crest?
Whoa, okay.
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
Nah, just grab the Renaissance.
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law. The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
There's more!
Same face?
I
How's
wait!
that even possible?
Ooh. What the fuck is she? Okay. Okay. I dig the armor. Armor looks... Oh no.
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Ah, you could be right, you could be wrong. I don't know, this is kind of weird. I didn't expect them to turn into this. I gotta fight 3 of them?
It's no use, Elfin. If we don't fight, we may end up sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Glacial Spear! Here's the I'm just getting started! Freeze Laser!
I don't know what to do because I keep getting hit by shit.
If it's in the sky, it's mine! I never fit!
Lightning condemned!
They're kicking my ass. I need to back up for a second.
Hear my call!
Infernal turret! Swallow blade! Flame inside me yearns to be let free!
In here!
Dragon Shield! Infernal turret!
A freezing storm!
That's much better.
Kill me, you dumb bitch!
Carve through armor!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Come on,
Thanks! Talent storm!
Spirit flame! Raging hurricane! I'll heal
Take
you all!
this! Double demon fang!
Healing circle! Here goes!
Thanks! First strike!
Illuminate the dark!
Double demon fang!
Holy red!
Try this! Infernal turret! Try harder! Now! Here I
Lightning
come!
condemned!
This one's mine!
Illuminate the dark!
You're mine! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Burn up! Here, let me help!
Not today!
First aid! That's fun!
Swallow blade! Infernal turret!
Now I'm in the groove! Glacial Spear! Here's
Carve through!
I'll fix you up!
Take this!
Lightning condemned!
Not my finest.
Stay away from my friends!
Illuminate the dark!
Take this!
Holy
Double
red!
demon fang!
Cyan instant! Watch them sweep!
Azure storm!
Mega
Swallow
wave!
blade! Try
By the
this!
power of water! Annihilation! Tempest!
It's over!
Heart!
I can do this all day.
Double Demon Fang!
I'm on it.
Glacial Spear. Illuminate Evil. Magic is there. Holy Land.
Swallow dance. I'm on a roll now. I'll tear you up.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this. Sleep now. Resonant Knuckle.
You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
I never miss.
Swallow dance.
Not on my watch.
I'm just getting
Double
started.
Demon Fang!
Water. In a bind.
Mega Ray.
Double Demon Fang!
Water.
In here. Here's a healing art. This
I owe you one.
Lightning Condemned. Thunder Blade. Too much to handle. Illuminate the blah blah blah.
You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
Let you all down.
I'm going to
You'll pay for that!
all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this. Feel.
Here I come! Slash hits on!
Resuscitation.
Infernal Flurry! Burn!
I'll be saving
I'll
this
tear
guy
you
the
apart.
Annihilation! Astral energy!
Now or never.
More with that power!
In a bind.
Here's a healing art!
Let you all down.
Damn it! I was asking for heals this whole time, you stupid bitch. Can I heal myself? Just like, can I get myself up? Run away!
This one's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Not my finest.
Take this!
I'll bring you back
As
to
your
death.
sword!
Light Astral
Incineration Blade! You're finished!
Magic is in sunlight! Holy Land!
Shit!
Can't move!
I dodged right into it.
This should do it!
Out of ammo!
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Inspiration! I can do this all day.
Take this!
Do it.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm going to need to use
Just what
all
the
the
doctor
power of my
ordered.
healing arts to accomplish.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
No.
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What? It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alph, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Volron's Danan.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
The Red Woman. She's back? Well, there was only 3 of them. There was, what, 5 in the...
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
I'll be taking this.
Don't do it!
Yoink!
Serenus Alva!
Too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Gotta jump for it. Trust him. He ain't gonna let you go this time. No! Oh, okay, she got him. He got her. I thought she was gonna drop, bro. The way that looked, it did not look like he was going to get to her.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
Nah, definitely not. Nah. Nah.
red women.
You ain't seen the last of him. He's
What
gonna
the
be
heck
one of
was
those
their
powerful
deal?
creatures, 100%.
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renus Alma. Damn it, that's the 2nd time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renasolma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renasolma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Very dope. We're gonna go ahead and heal up because we need to very badly. So we find out that Volron isn't Renan. He's Danan too, and the only reason this sovereign test works is because it works on Danans. But there's only two Danans that it's worked through from, and that was both Volron, who I'm assuming did it completely out of hate, and then, you know, Alphen's just pure just, right? So it had to play part in those two things, I'm assuming. So what am I going? Head back towards the fall nits. Ah, there is no fast travel. I gotta run all that fucking way. That sucks. Okay. Is there another boss fight? Oh, come on. You can't be serious right now, right? Another boss fight? Unless it's telling me I have to fight through all the monsters that were here. Wonder if I could just run past them. Doesn't look like it's gonna let me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight him. Fuck. Run around! Run away! See you later, suckers! I can't believe I actually got past him, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be the one I gotta avoid the shit out of. Zoodles, okay. The big one's not in here. Nice. Ha! I made it through without having to fight. Suck it. Ooh, it's dark out here.
What the?
There's nobody here either.
All of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd—
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Beat the shit out of people.
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Dohalim, probably.
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah.
Very well then. Falls to my shoulders
Vakir,
again.
You mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
You're all gonna die.
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elden Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Perfect timing.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
As a republic.
I'm not sure yet.
No, that's...
All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright, or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like... oh, I don't know. Musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnagain's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Who was this for? I wasn't paying attention. Ah, Dohalim. Good! I needed stuff to spend on. There we go, spent all his stuff. Oh, she got 1400. What the fuck? Which one was I going for? Well, this one's her maiden stuff, right? So. Oh, I'm saving up for that. That's
Looks
a good
like the
one.
people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master, that's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.